They're 2-6 overall. According to ESPN Basketball Power Index, Carolina's got a 71% chance to win the game. I think that's probably because this game's at home, and you just figure, well, at some point Carolina's going to win. We understand that Miami knows how to play Carolina because Jim Larrañaga knows how to coach against Roy Williams. He's one of the better coaches in college basketball, understands how to get his team ready to play for what Carolina's going to do. And it's because this is the guy that beat Roy Williams when he was at George Mason, took the Patriots to the Final Four that year, and it's just always been a thing that his team plays Carolina tough. Chris Likes is back. They guys averaging 16 points per game. But, I mean, that's their player. We saw them the other night at Duke, completely overwhelmed by size, talent, experience. That game was over at the under-12 timeout.
Yeah.
Frankly, the under-16 timeout, that game was over. This is a winnable game for Carolina. It sets up for if Roy Williams is to pass Dean Smith, you get a chance to do it again back on your home court, which I think if he's going to be okay with passing him, he'd rather do it at home than on the road. It's odd because you're 8-10, you're 1-6. The season isn't over. As odd as that sounds, you play Saturday.
This is the same guy that is not allowed to pick Carolina.
They're not allowed to
in
pick,
this game.
but
Let's just
you
throw
have
that
a
out
Saturday,
there.
Monday turnaround. If you find a way to win both, you get back to 500. You're 3-6 in the league. Crazier things have happened in the sport of college basketball. And I think that's what Carolina's got to realize is they're close to winning again. And we've talked about, well, how one loss turns into two, then two turns into three, then it's 6 out of 8 and 8 out of 10. And that's what's happened with Carolina. But the same thing happens when you win a game. Because this team did it last year. They won a couple games bad, but it spurned them to a 16-2. This team's not going to go 16-2 or whatever, but they can find a way to get back above water and tread in the right direction. They've got to find a way to win a home game against Miami.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were really going in on Miami there. This is a team that did go to overtime against Florida State and also did beat Pittsburgh, who Carolina lost to twice. So this is not a team that is not capable of being able to win games. That's not what we're trying to say. But this is a team that's allowing 74 points per game. Not a good number. It's a team that is scoring just a little over 70, so right in that same area as Carolina. The biggest disparity for me, they're only averaging 33.8 rebounds per game. Now, we've seen some teams that have averaged in the 36, 35 range. This is the lowest that I've seen anybody this year, maybe since UNCW when we played early in the year, but that was because they played against Johnson and Wales in their first game and had like 29 rebounds in a game where they shot well. This is a team that really just does not have the size. They're not a great rebounding team. That's something that Carolina needs to take advantage of, especially because, look, they're still going to shoot those perimeter jump shots. It's going to happen at times when they're not able to get the ball inside because it's going to happen again. They're going to want to go inside. They'll probably do it in the first half with Garrison Brooks, and then Miami's going to make the adjustment. So you're going to have to be able to get those big-time rebounds on the offensive glass and finish those second-chance opportunities that you've had at times but haven't really been able to finish on a consistent basis. Look, I think this is a game that sets up well for Carolina to win. I agree with you. It sets up even better if Cole Anthony comes back. And you mentioned, okay, season's not over. I also kind of wonder what is the perspective of, especially if Carolina gets on a roll here and can get themselves back into bubble contention. What does the committee look at Carolina as? Are they going to look at them and say, with Cole Anthony back, well, this is a different team. Let's just try to focus on what they did with Cole Anthony, which is, get a win over Oregon. They have a win with Cole Anthony on the floor against Notre Dame, a team that I don't know if they're going to necessarily make the tournament, but they are definitely taking a step in the right direction from a year ago. Definitely not as bad as they were a year ago. But I think it's those types of things that kind of become interesting, especially if you can start to win some games and string something together where you're going to tell the committee, look, yeah, we really struggled during that one stretch of the season, but we were a totally different team. With Cole Anthony, we're a team that can go in and cause problems in the NCAA tournament because we have a guy that's probably going to be a top 5 pick. So I feel like, again, we've been saying this pretty much every time that we talk about a game. I'm not going to say this is the most important game of the season. At the moment it is, because we're still going with the one game at a time thing, which is pretty much what you've got to do at this point with where you're at. But this is another one of those games where you've got an opportunity to turn this season back in the right direction, and you've got to find a way to do it. And I think, Carolina, everything's stacking up in their favor. I think, that effort that we saw the other night, hopefully they still have a little left in the tank, and I think they pull out the victory in this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, Miami's put 3 guys in double figures, but they don't score the ball great either.
Yeah, it's really those 3 guys, and then nobody else can really score that much for them.
It's going to be a game that's going to be played if Carolina's going to win in the 60 to 70s range. I think Carolina appears to be more comfortable playing at a slower pace than in years past, where it was clearly frustrating to Roy Williams, myself as a fan yelling at them at home to run.
Oh, you're still doing that this year, to be fair.
I do feel like they've gotten more comfortable just playing a little bit slower because they can't afford to play faster. But at some point they've got to start running, and they've got to get out. And when I say run, it's not the guy that has the ball pushing the ball that has to run.
Everybody else has to join.
It's all 4 guys on the court running down the floor with a sense of purpose. Because if they probably run harder the other night, they probably beat Virginia Tech. Because the amount of easy baskets that's going to afford you can't be understated for this kind of team. I'm not allowed to pick them to win.
Yeah, nope, not allowed on this one.
So I have to pick Miami. I think Carolina wins.
Okay, that's not how you just said that you can't pick them.
It's my
and
podcast.
You pick them.
So I get to do what
that's you are held to a standard by the listeners.
I have to pick Miami.
Yes.
So that's my pick.
You can't turn around and say afterwards that Carolina wins. But that's not how it works.
I do think Carolina's going to win it because I think it.
We need to revise the rules of this.
You're going to carry what you did well the other night over in this game. Brandon Robinson should be able to play.
Let's hope so, please.
You think you're getting Cole Anthony back because he was a game-time decision the other night.
There was a guy on Facebook that told me yesterday that he's nowhere close because he hasn't even practiced. I just wanted to throw that out there because the different news that people have is just hilarious. Like they think they know what they're talking about. Yeah, he's coming back. Do you think he comes back in this game, or do you think he waits until state and just
No, he needs a game to get ready for
That's
state.
what I think. That's what I'm
because that's going to be an emotional environment over there in that dumps that they call PNC Arena. So
there you go.
But yeah, he needs a game to get ready for that kind of emotional atmosphere that'll be taking place Monday night. All right. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Royals Boys podcast. A couple things before we let you go. Carolina had 4 players yesterday named to the McDonald's All-America game. That is the most out of any team in college basketball. For all you guys that are saying that Roy can't recruit, Roy's lost it, take that and shove it. It's been a while since Carolina's brought 4 guys in that were in the McDonald's All-America game. I'm trying to think, go back a couple years. You're probably looking, that 07 class probably was the last time Carolina had 4 players that were McDonald's All-Americans. And lastly, before let's go, we're going to talk to you about the HeelToughBlog.com. Really encouraging all you guys to go check out HeelToughBlog.com. A lot of great stuff on the website. Basketball-wise, all your recaps from Virginia Tech are up there. My 2-3 zone article is up there as well. We'll get you ready for Miami with my preview. So basketball-wise, we have you covered. Football-wise, a lot of news coming out this week with the football schedule being announced. Anthony's going to have a full breakdown of that, hopefully by the end of the weekend, for you to go check that out on HeelToughBlog.com. So we'll get you ready for the 2020 season, which figures to be a fun and exciting one for Carolina football. I want to talk to you about QC Broadcasting as well. If you follow us on Twitter or on Facebook, me and Anthony, we've launched this site that's going to become a streaming site for local high school sports in the Charlotte area. Also going to have some podcasts on there with teams that are involved with the state of North Carolina athletics. If you guys know of a podcast that's looking for a way to get some more exposure, feel free to send it to us at Joshua Marlowe5 on Twitter, at Future Tar Heel 5, or at Future Tar Heel on Twitter for Anthony, or follow us on Twitter at QC Broadcasting, or find us on the Facebook page. Just search QC Broadcasting. Find the page. You'll get all the information you need to contact us for anything you have question-wise, QC Broadcasting-wise. All right. That's wrap for this edition of the Roy's Boys Podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and we want to remind you, as always, go Tar Heels.